Hi, this is Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant, answering a question submitted by a student. So this student is probably taking pre-calculus, and you're expected to know something called the power reducing formulas. So let me start just by copying the problem. So this is sine squared x times cosine squared x. And they want you to write this as in an expression that doesn't have any powers. You know, this is squared, this is squared. They don't want. So it's just a matter of knowing your power reduction formulas. Sine squared is just 1 minus cosine 2x over 2. So sine squared x is just 1 minus cosine 2x over 2. Cosine squared x is kind of similar, just has a different opposite sign here. This is, instead of being negative, it's a plus, so it's 1 plus cosine 2x over 2. So that's it really. Now we don't have anything squared or cubed, anything like that. So we can just FOIL this out. You're going to get 1 minus cosine squared 2x over 4, but that breaks the rules because it has a power of 2. And so you could apply the power reduction rule again here if you felt like it, or you might just be able to get away with just stating it this way. But I suppose it might not be allowed because you're going to get this square here. So we're just going to apply this again. So cosine 1 minus cosine squared would be 1 minus, you can see cosine squared is 1 plus cosine 2x over 2 over 4. Okay, so this clearly doesn't have any squares in it. This has a square in it. So we can't leave it like that. And I don't think you can just leave it like this either, because these two statements are equivalent. So now this is just standard algebra here. So 1 plus, I'm just double checking 1 plus cosine. Okay. So let's call this 2 over 2. 2 over 2 minus 1 plus cosine 2x over 2. And I'm going to deal with the 1/4 here just by putting it over here. Okay. Let's see. Is that right? Let me just leave the 4 here for now. Just work on the numerator for now. So it's going to be 2 minus 1, which is 1 minus cosine 2x over 2 over 4. And we'll just do a keep change flip. We'll keep the numerator. 1 minus cosine 2x over 2. Yeah, because it's 2 minus 1 minus, yep. And then, so change to multiplication and then flip this 1 over 4. Yeah, I had it wrong a minute ago. So this is going to be 1 over 8 times 1 minus cosine 2x, and we're done. Okay, that's it. So now we've written it as a single expression with no powers in it. Notice we had to use the power reduction formula for the cosine squared twice. We used it once up here, and then we had to use it again here because we had to FOIL these two out. So sometimes you have to use the power reduction formula more than once in order to get the answer that the question is asking for. And so it's really probably the student, you probably just forgot about how these power reduction formulas. They're not used very often, but they are used in the honors level classes. Okay, so that's it for this one. I hope it was helpful to you, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.